Hi, welcome back to my kitchen. We have a new name today. Always before we've called our recipe video on Monday, Munchie Monday, but today we're going to change and now it's going to be called Yummy Mondays. One of our viewers had that name picked out and forgot to enter the naming contest, so we're just going to use it for Monday. Today's recipe is for something called a wedge salad. Now if you go to any fancy restaurant, a wedge salad is probably going to be on their menu. It's really tasty, but it's really simple to make, so that's what we're going to make today. Here we have our ingredients. We've got some chopped up bacon, some shredded cheese, some grape tomatoes, and these are already washed. I have a hard-boiled egg, a whole head of lettuce, and then we have some ranch dressing and some honey mustard dressing. Now sometimes in restaurants they serve it with something called blue cheese dressing, but we don't really like that in our house, and so we're making our own dressing. It's going to be kind of a honey ranch. Okay, so the first thing you want to do is wash your lettuce. So I've already washed my lettuce. So I have the whole head here. What you need to do is core it, because what we're going to do eventually is cut this whole head into quarters. So what you need to do is on a cutting board, take your lettuce and go wham! And out comes the core. So now you have our whole fill lettuce, so we can cut it in quarters. Okay, and I forgot my knife, so I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back with the proper tools. See, that's very important to always be prepared with the right tools when you're cooking. So this is a part that, depending on your age, you might need to have an adult help you with, but I'm old enough. So what I'm going to do is just take my knife and I'm going to cut this whole head of lettuce. I'm going to make 2 cuts, which will give us 4 quarters. Here's my second cut. Okay. Now I'm going to take our plate and we're going to flip our lettuce wedge upside down. You'll see why it's called the wedge in just a minute. Okay, so you take your wedge, your lettuce wedges here, and it's going to look like this. Here's a quarter. And we're going to just put it on the plate like that. You can either do 1 or 2. I'm going to do 2 just because it's going to be a main dish for our taste tester. If you were doing this with something else, then I would just do 1 wedge. That would be plenty. Okay, so you put it on the plate like that, and it looks very nice, doesn't it? Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is take our grape tomatoes, and we're going to cut them in half. They're already cleaned. Just cut them right in half, and you can use as many or as few as you like, just depending how much you like grape tomatoes. Okay, actually my taste tester is making a funny look, so we're going to change and just do 1. In case you didn't know, the taste tester is also the video man. So we're going to just do 1 wedge for this salad. Okay, so I also have a hard-boiled egg. So I'm going to chop that up a little bit. And I'm just going to do some slices. Okay. All right. So we are going to sprinkle some cheese. Now it's just a matter of stacking your wedge. So I'm going to just sprinkle some, and it looks really pretty if you sprinkle some around on the plate too. So there's our cheese. And we're going to put our tomatoes. We just kind of sprinkle those all over. I'm going to do 1 more. Looks like we have room for 1 more tomato. You can sometimes tuck things into the lettuce. See how that's a little bit of a gap there? You could tuck things in there if you want. Okay, and now we're going to add our bacon. So you just take however much you want. I'm just going to sprinkle it right on top. Smells yummy. Okay, and now this is the part that we're going to actually make our special dressing. If you remember a few weeks ago we made our own ranch dressing, so that's the ranch part of this recipe. And then I have some honey mustard dressing that I bought at the store that I'm going to use for the other part. So I'm going to just take a tablespoon of the honey mustard dressing, put that in, and then I'm going to take our ranch dressing and put a tablespoon of that in. You can do whatever consistency you want. This is just how we're going to do it today. We're just going to do a 1-to-1 mixture. You see it mixing up? It looks really yummy. Smells good too. Okay, so now you just take your spoon and you're just going to drizzle it all over the wedge salad. I'll do just a little bit more. And we'll top it with a couple of egg slices. We'll put those down on the bottom. And there's our wedge salad.
This is the Lettuce song. This is the Lettuce song.
Lettuce leaf. This is the Lettuce song. This is the Lettuce song. This is the Lettuce song. This is the Lettuce song.
This is the Lettuce song. This is the Lettuce song.